Why is it a lot darker today? I don't understand why it's a lot darker. Hey Smiles, good evening. My cold is a little bit worse today, so I'm on these just to help a little bit with my voice. It's just the nature of the game when it's in winter, isn't it? Hopefully it won't irritate me far too much. And hopefully TikTok will lift up the shadow ban they've got on my account. It's so annoying. They need to be over it by now. It's been a week, come on. We can get over things. Come on, TikTok. Let me see. Oh God. Okay, fabulous. If it does get worse during the live, I will leave. Smart says, why don't you get the Nurofen cold and flu pills? It will get it doesn't work for me. I've tried Nurofen cold and flu capsules and Lemsip stuff. The only thing that will help is if I have if I get some paracetamol just to get me to sleep. That's it. The rest of the stuff doesn't work. Nothing. I just have the same symptoms, and as time is going by, as I'm getting older and older, it's taking longer to recover. In the olden days, it used to be like 3 days I'd have a cold. It would start like on the first day, and then the second day it would be really bad, and then the last day it would be like better, like not too many sneezes, and then I'll be fine. These days it will take me 5 days. Crazy. Oh, so we'll see how we get on tonight. If I'm still alive, I'll be managed to go on as long as I can. But if it gets worse, I will take myself to bed. It just depends on how my nose and my mouth is feeling. My nose and my face. Smile says, oh wow, hope you get better soon. Having a cold is the worst. I literally feel like I'm absolutely it's terrible. But then when it's winter here in the UK, you can't run away from it, especially when you got kids. They go to school and come back with everything. Makedia says, been married 20 years, and as a man, he is my leader and my protector. Makedia, come up onto the panel. Let me come and educate me and tell me, come and tell me what he leads you in. Come and tell me exactly what he leads you in, because I have a protector right there. Coco, oh, there's my protector. Her name's Coco, but she sure as hell don't lead me on account of protecting. What makes a leader really? Is it just the protection? What do they protect you from? Are you constantly under threat? Makadia, are you constantly under threat? Are people constantly attacking you? Back to source, good evening. Makadia, are people constantly attacking you that your husband is constantly standing in front of you? Does your husband spend 24/7 with you in order to protect you? Or is he like most husbands who go to work and only get to see you at the end of the day for about 2 to 3 hours? If that, and then he's conquered out, asleep, tired. Therefore, no protection is happening. I want to know, because all these protection people talk about, what are they protecting you from? What are they protecting you from? But I don't even think Makadia is a woman, because she went on to insult me over something that men insult women for that we didn't even ask for. Mofoken, good evening. She went on to say, you're going to bed by yourself, aren't you? It's funny. It's funny how people think somebody snoring in your ear is some sort of a win. Or not being able to sleep because somebody's touching you up or waking you up with Woody, or sexually taking advantage of you whilst you're sleeping is some sort of a win. Anyway, back to source, good evening. Says these men can't protect themselves from the threat, so how would they protect us? Exactly, I always say this. Like, if 5 people walk into your house, say we're sat here eating our food, 5 people walk in, one of them has got a pew-pew, 2 of them have got bats, the others are holding slashers, and they're like, on the ground right now. Your man ain't gonna protect you from shit. On account of being a man, if you really wanted to be protected, you would have about 5 or 6 husbands in your house. That's what a clever woman would do. Then at least if you get broken into, they can fight together and protect you. Because one man against a group of robbers or people breaking into your house ain't protecting you from shit. Because the minute that pew-pew gets to the head and then they go, gone, you are left then standing there like, my husband, now who will protect me? Still not protected. Even if it was one person who walked in with a slasher or a pew-pew, if they get your husband, you're still not protected. You're still going to be stood there. You and the robber, you and the person who's broken in, facing each other like, what do we do now? The protection's gone. He'll be like, should I leave? You get another husband to protect you, and then we'll try this again. Okay, I'll come back. Catch you next year, sis. Okay, in 2 months, you can get married quick, can't you? Okay, 2 months. I'm coming back in 2 months to try and rob you again. Make sure you get a good protector this time, okay? Because I'm not letting you off this time. I have a code, y'all. I have a code. Back to so say they're scared of other men. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I said if you really wanted to be protected from your husband, you would have 4 or 5 of them living with you. Then there would be some protection. Because at least one can sneak you out and the kids out whilst the others are fighting, the robbers and the people breaking in. And then you can be protected and then you can run away and then you keep one husband. So if the other 4 get taken out, you still be like, yeah, I'm good. I'll replenish my stock and get 4 more husbands. And then we're good again to go. Anybody try and come for me. I got husbands. They're protecting me. One man against the whole world. You ain't protected from shit. But go on, carry on deluding yourself and being delusional and saying, my husband is a leader because he protects me. He protects me. Like I said, I have a protector. There she is, sleeping away. Like she ain't got nothing else to do in this life. Her name's Coco. If I say to her, Coco, oh, there she is. Look at her. She's a protector, this one. She walks around with a muzzle because she is that fearful. People are afraid of her and she will get you. But she ain't gonna be my leader. She follows me. Beg to so say they just beat and abuse us for longer periods. Absolutely. Absolutely. Personally, I try my level best never to date a guy who is very, very strong, or to be in a relationship with a guy who's extremely strong. That if he ever had his fist to my face, I'd pass out from the first punch. I try my level best because that's the scariest thing to me. I think the stronger a man is, the more in danger you are. I like the weak, scrawny ones. I like the weak, scrawny ones. There's medium muscle, like almost hardly there. If you can be slightly chubby, that's even better. Okay, you can try and sit on me, but at least you won't chase me far. You get tired if I run away from you. But you know, I shouldn't laugh. Most of us women have been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed, we've been groomed, we've been conditioned into thinking that our position is underneath a man. On account of when we get in bed, he's on top, you are beneath. Girl, try to be on top one day, it'll be so much fun. But most of us ladies have been brainwashed to think that the position of a woman is underneath a man and a man is supposed to protect you. Supposed to is the operative word in all of that. Supposed to. Does it really happen? I want to see all these people who say my husband's a protector, so therefore, or these husbands who say I am a protector, therefore I'm the leader. I want you to come and tell me how many and on what occasions you have been protected or you have protected your spouse. What happened? Where was you? What did you do? How did you protect your spouse? Sorry, I'm eating lockets because I have a cold. My nose is really blocked. So, because a lot of people claim protection, but they go throughout their whole life never having done it or never having experienced it. And a lot of people go through their whole life never ever having experienced it. But the reality is there's a lot of wives who are going through domestic issues, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial abuse from these so-called protectors, these so-called leaders. More than 50%. The statistics are 1 woman every 4 minutes in the whole world gets unalived by her male companion. Anna's good evening says, what if a woman, let me use the other phone. What if a woman actually loves to submit to her man, not even conditioned to love, but actually enjoys it? Come up on the panel and tell me how you get about to love being submissive, what that looks like. Tell me a little bit more about it. I want to learn and understand. I want to hear more. There was a time, hi James, good evening. There was a time when I thought I was with a guy who I could let my guard down around and I could just relax and whatever. He turned out to be the most abusive person I've ever dated, ever been with. He turned out to financially abuse me. He turned out to stop me working so that he could have more power over me because he didn't like the fact that I had more things than him. He turned out to physically as well abuse. And so I want to hear from you. In what situation do you enjoy being submissive and giving away your autonomy to another person? And remember, this prompt is talking about just the wife submitting. I'm not talking about a situation where it's fair, where a husband is submitting to the wife and the wife is submitting to the husband. I am talking in a situation where the husband is a leader and you only are expected to submit. So I want to hear some more. To the people who say they enjoy submitting, come and tell me what that situation looks like. What does your husband have to do for you to actually get to the point of enjoying? What is the dynamic? Molly, good evening, says, we already know this move along. You already know what this move along? I don't know. What do you know this move along? What is this move along, you know? Or is it just your grammar that's going to... There's a comma supposed to be in there somewhere, isn't it? Okay. Molly, you can move along, darling. You don't have to be here. It's fine. I didn't beg you to come over here. James, how are you? Good evening, darling. Annas, are you still here? I want to hear from you because it really baffles me. I want to hear from you. How does one actually enjoy submitting? Do you actually know what submission is? What dynamic is your relationship? What does your husband have to do? Like, educate some of the other women. They might find somebody with the same traits as what you're talking about and think, oh, you know what? This man is, this man is worth submitting to and all that. Please, we will help each other as a sisterhood if you share information, right? If we tell each other what's up, if we help each other along. But if we gatekeep some of these things that we say are good for us, then the other sisters might never know this enjoyment that you are having. Because we all like enjoyment at the end of the day. We all like having fun. As for me, you see how I like smiling. I like having fun. Anything that brings more fun and joy to me, tell me about it and I might try it. Okay, says, but what if it's two husbands? Well, I don't know. I have never been in that dynamic where it's two wives or two husbands. So what I know is heterosexual relationships. That's why I'm talking only of them. If you are in that situation, why don't you come and tell us about it? Because I don't know nothing about it. I guess they would just be like doing whatever they want in that relationship. Because I don't know. How am I supposed... White Jihad said TND 1488. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means or what language that is. Is that code for something? Is that code for something? It says never stress. Fox says good answer. Fox said I'll follow you for your wisdom. Oh, if you think I'm wise, thank you. I'm hoping that, if whatever I say, whatever I do, I'm not one of those people who influences people in the form of trying to force people into believing what I believe in. Never. I just speak on what I believe in. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And life moves on. Life absolutely moves on. Sorry, I have a cold, guys. So if you hear me shuffling around, I'm trying to get my sweets for my cough. If you hear me coughing, just ignore it. Just say, oh Lord, come take her. She gone. Come take her. But no, I'll be better soon. So just ignore me if you hear rustling. It's me trying to get my lockets for some medication so I can soothe my... when you get a cold and your ears are itchy, your throat is itchy, the back of your tongue is itchy, your voice sounds something else, your ears are blocked, your nose is itchy, everything just feels like, argh! That's how I'm feeling right now, but it's all good. It's okay. We'll get over it. It's not as bad as some of the colds that I sometimes get. Thank you so much, Key. Thank you. Thank you for the rose. Thank you so much. I hope you're okay. How's your day going? Guys, do me a favor. TikTok has shadow banned me since last week on account of I had a few guests who were saying some things that were not very, very good. And I took my time putting them down. Therefore, TikTok shadow banned me. So if you can share the live, just press the arrow and then press the yellow button. When it comes up, it reposts the live stream. And then it just allows it to be seen on people's FYP. Because my views have gone down from 13,000 people seeing it on their FYP to only 700 and something last night, which is like crazy. It's like, why TikTok? Why? They want me to spend money. They want me to promote the live. That's what they want me to do. They want me to pay some money in order to get people to watch the live stream, which is crazy. Because they don't do it to other people. So I've had a good 7 to 9 weeks, because we're on week 10 now. 7 to 9 weeks was on week 9. That's when they diminished my views. 7 to 9 weeks of getting views of up to 200, 250 people at a time, and then now they've reduced it to really low, which is so unfair. Not good at all. Thank you for the share, James. Thank you so much. Thank you, Raj, for sharing the live. And if you have any girlfriends who might need auntie's wisdom, I don't normally like sending things in people's DMs because it's a bit smubby. But if you feel like somebody really could do with the message, not everybody, just those who could do with the message, please do share it with them. So yeah, to all the ladies that say they want to be submissive, and all the men they want to be leaders, could you please let me know, what is the purpose of submitting in your relationship? What is the purpose of getting a submissive wife in your relationship? What is the purpose of leadership in your relationship? What is the purpose of wanting to lead a grown human being in your relationship? How does it benefit the relationship when there is a power dynamic where one is a leader and one is a submissive, where one holds all the power and has authority over another? It sounds a little bit like school. It sounds a little bit like school. It sounds a little bit like, listen, if you want to be in a relationship with me, I am taking you to the school of romance, the school of relationships, the school of marriage. Now you're going to have to do what I say. I am in authority and in power. You work for me and do what I say. That's what that sounds like. When you are in a relationship with somebody who has authority over you, that's exactly what it sounds like. Oh my God, my throat. That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like you leave your mother and father's house as a woman just to go and be a baby in your husband's wife again. Is that why people call their husband daddy? Is that why some people call their man daddy? Is it because he's your dad for real, for real? He's looking after you. That's it, isn't it? When people say, oh, he provides and protects, or I provide and protect, he's looking after you. He's now taking charge and control of your life. You have now been lost out of your mother's and father's house. Now you are like lost sheep and you don't know what you're doing with your life. You're just walking around like a person with a blindfold in the dark somewhere, bumping into pillars and walls. And you need somebody to hold your hand and say, come here, girl, I got you. I'll show you where to go. Daddy's got you. Let me lead you. I'll show you how to do life. Now sit down and cook and clean for me, and then I'll show you how to do life. And then you just sit there waiting to be told, how do I do life? No, you cook and clean. That's how you do life. And then when I need a baby, you open your legs and I'll put my will inside you, and then you give me a child. And then after you give me that child, and the child belongs to me, and the child is my last name, and the child is all mine, 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 mine. And I even claim the child has my blood. That's what they'll say. The child is my blood. Hey, the child is my blood. I'll even claim the child is my blood. You make sure you feed that child, you teach that child, you take that child to school, you change that child's nappy, you teach that child how not to wee-wee and poo-poo all over my house, you teach that child how to behave around me, you teach that child how to be a good person in society, and then you will be fulfilled. Now I've sorted it for you. Well done. Now you are doing life. You're such a good woman. Now I fixed it for you. You didn't know what you were doing with your life. Now I've shown you the answer. Your place is to be doing what I want you to do. Your place is for me to tell you what you should be doing, because you don't know what to do with your life. Don't go to work. Don't do anything. Don't dress the way I don't like. Don't eat what I don't say don't eat. Don't even talk to anybody. Don't you belong to me. You're mine. It's time for you to understand that your mother and father gave you too many opportunities, and they gave you too many rights. When you're with me, I tell you what to do, and you sit back and wait, and I'll tell you how to live life. And you as a wife are like, okay, I'm submissive. I'll wait. Tell me how to do life. Wait, sit there. Cook for me. That's how you do life. Clean for me. That's how you do life. Iron my clothes. That's how you do life. Go shopping for me. That's how you do life. Give me children. That's how you do life. I am leading you. Can you not see I'm showing you the best way you could live your life? I am leading you. I am telling you everything you need to know about life. You don't need to know anything else. You don't need to experience anything else. You don't deserve anything else. Your place is just for me to hold your hand and keep you here. Stay there and be quiet. I got you. I want to go back to this issue that men claim after you give birth to their child, they claim the child belongs to them and the child is of their blood. When a child is created, the child is created inside its mother's womb. And a placenta, for those who have not done science and biology at school, there is a thing called a placenta that is created from the child's navel that goes and connects to the top of the womb. And it allows the mother to connect with her blood vessels and a supply of nutrients and oxygenated blood, so that the child has got nutrients and grows, so that the child has got oxygen and breathes, and so that the child has got blood, and then it pumps their heart. Now, the blood that flows through every single human being comes from their mother, never from their father. So your child is not from your husband's clan. Your child has not got blood from your husband. Your child has blood from their mother. Your child belongs to the matriarchy. You have been lied and fooled and played with and joked around with and taken advantage of. I am not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it took me a long time to realize it. Thankfully, my kids have got my last name. I don't play like that, okay? I don't play like that. My kids have got my last name. They were born from day one with my last name. I don't play like that, okay? Let me see. Somebody's crashing out in the comments. I see your comments speak something. You started off with, well, the man isn't wrong, so. Now, go be a good woman and make dinner. Speaks goes on to say, well, the woman cooks and the man works. So cooking is not a type of job? Cooking is not some type of work? It's not labor? When you go in a restaurant and people are working there, cooking for you, don't they get paid? So your wife doing it is free labor? How? Back to Sauce. Thank you so much. Thank you, honey. And then he says, Speak says, the woman gives birth, gives children, and the man provides. What? The woman gives children and the man provides. What do you mean? I don't understand. I don't understand what he says. Speak says, well, yes, because it's the seed of the man. So the woman's seed is not there too? Is the seed of the man and the woman's seed is not there too? It's non-existent. The man just spews sperms and the sperm magically does things by itself inside the womb and turns into a baby. Is that correct? Do you know what's even worse? An egg will come whole as, oh, thank you so much, Back to Sauce. Thank you so much. An egg will come whole as it is. The sperm will come head and tail. The sperm will only use half of its body to fertilize an egg. The egg will use every single part of it. We need 50% of a man in order to create a child, but 100% of a woman in order to create a child. But y'all still claim the baby belongs to you. Stop lying. Stop lying. Speak says, Deep Pisto says, but who asked you? I did. I asked myself and then I answered the question. Speak said, it does belong to both mother and father, but it is the father's child just as much as it is the woman's. Well, Speaks, you do have some knowledge. Look at you using your critical thinking and thinking like a big boy. Well done. Well done. You did use some sense and sensibility in the end there. But still, the blood that runs inside every single person came from their mother. Nick, good evening, says, who asked you to ask this question? Exactly, Depristo, who asked you to ask this question? Yeah, your people, you are funny, you know. Back to Sauce says, yes, sperm does not contain any blood. Absolutely. Sperm does not contain any blood at all. It only contains information, RNA and DNA. For those who don't know, Google is free. Go and find out what the sperm has got that helps the egg to develop into a baby. RNA and DNA, that's it. Speak said, those poor kids. Who? My kids? Oh, my kids are happy. My kids do so much better than a lot of people's kids. And they're so happy. Speak says free labor but gets taken care of. Taken care of how? By who? The man gets taken care of all the time because the woman is doing all of the things in the house that the man needs so that he can leave the house and go and work without having to do it for himself. And if she wasn't there and he had to pay somebody to do all of those jobs, it would cost him way above his pay grade to get a private chef, to get a personal assistant, to get a mental health support worker, to get an emotional support pillow, to get a baby making machine, to get a cleaner, a private cleaner, to get somebody who does his laundry, to get somebody who looks after the house, guards the house whilst he's working. So how does a man take care of a woman? Tell me, how does a man take care of a woman? By going to get a paycheck. That's it. But a woman goes to get a paycheck too. She does it too. She can if she wants to. If y'all don't control her and say, stay at home, don't do anything. I want you to be at home to raise my kids. They're not your kids. They belong to both of you. More to the mother. Adira says, this lonely woman, go rest, I beg, and focus yourself on something positive. Oh, Adiros, are you feeling some feelings? Did the big boy wake up and then he's feeling a little bit triggered? Do you want me to pay you back? Fuck off. I ain't doing shit for you. Official Luxury said, ask God. Yeah, because religious indoctrination is the answer to everything, not critical thinking. How about use your brain and logical thinking first? And Speak said, of course you don't understand because you don't want to learn. I don't understand what? I have learned a lot more than you. Habits from Within says, women are suffering, not taken care of. Absolutely. Women suffer every single day. Abuse, oppression, control, coercive control, sexual abuse, financial, emotional, mental, constantly from men. Adira says, na your real hair you wear, na my real skin this is too, na this. Maybe this is coming from my own saliva. You don't know businesses open shops so people can buy shit and use it. Like, you're so not educated and you want to claim to be a leader. You want to claim to be a leader, but you don't know that people have different fashion tastes. Anyway, allow you. Vicky Shed said, Adiros, is this not positive? Exactly. Because I'm educating women to stand on their own 2 feet and to love themselves and to decentralize people who don't care about them. Like the men commenting in the comments right now, you don't care about women. You don't. You love men. That's why you want men to win over women. You want men to oppress women. You want men to get everything that they want. So you don't love men. You're dating the wrong kinds of people, marrying the wrong kinds of people. You should be with your own gender. Then you'll be happier because you want to put a smile on your own gender. Go do it. A real man who loves other women wants to put a smile on women's faces. Spink said, no, they're not. What? No, they're okay. You are replying somebody else. Oh, you're saying no, women are not suffering. Yes, they are. Go and find out from the police how many people are reporting their husbands and their long-term partners for abuse. There is a thing called femicide. Go and Google it. The word femicide, go and Google it and find out what it means. It actually talks about women are in danger in our society lately because their apex predator is a male companion, somebody who lives near them, somebody who's in close proximity to them. Noah, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Shasha. How are you?
I'm very well. How have you been?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Your hair looks amazing on you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Beautiful.
I tried today because I've been cold. I thought, oh, let me make myself look pretty because I'm not well.
Yeah, of course. We're women. We always want to fix a little extra.
Yeah.
About the topic chart, husband Ali, why shouldn't a bit you put me wrong? I think that as I told you before about men, I think nowadays, a man, a woman, when she's going to date, when she dates a man, she has to be somehow sure about what she wants in her life.
His intentions, yeah.
She has to be sure. You can't go into a relationship and be unsure. If you go into a relationship and be unsure, then you can meet these type of men that wants to be the leaders, and slowly they numb you, so you become submissive.
Yep.
And I don't want to say it here in TikTok, but it's a certain way for it. I don't want to call it, can you say abuse in TikTok? I don't know. But it's some type of abuse there. And I think, Chacha, if I can go into religion a little bit about this. God did not create a woman to not use her womanhood. You understand? God did not create you for you to not have position in this world. You know, that's the thing. Always, as women, has to see our value. The other day, I was in a, I think it was in a live here in TikTok, and guys start talking, and then they said that women, and then they started laughing, and then they said women are so sensitive, they use their feelings too much, they're relying on their feelings. And I think that that's degrading to say that about a woman.
It's degrading, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just saying is that, please, you have a heart, and we as women is sensitive, and that's God's gift to us, because we're pregnant, we have children, and we need that. That is
Do you know the funny thing is men are just as sensitive.
yeah, they are. They're children in their head. Yeah.
Yeah. They're even more sensitive because they have like very, a lot of them have very small they're very insecure, and they have like these big egos that have not been filled up with anything. They just still want to prove to themselves. Everybody meet my leader. She protects me. Her name's Coco. Hey Coco. Say hello to the people.
Hello,
Her name's Coco.
Coco.
She protects me. So on account of her protecting, she's a leader.
Yeah, so don't write anything here on chats. Coco sees everything.
Yeah. Coco sees them. She makes sure I go to bed on time. She makes sure when the alarm goes off, I wake up on time.
Yeah, you see?
She's my leader.
Can any man take that position?
For me, the notion of protection is equals leadership is just the most ridiculous thing ever. Ever.
Yeah.
I mean, soldiers claim to protect the country, right? On account of being part of the army and holding the fort in terms of like protecting the country. But are they leading the country because they protect the country? No. They still get told what to do by the people who lead the country. They still wait for instructions.
Of course.
And my leader is eating a banana right now.
Yeah. You see, someone says, how old is Coco?
Coco is only 1 year old.
1 year old, you see. A small.
But she's vicious. She'll take a grown man down.
She understands every comment here.
Yeah, she does. She's like, you people better not come for me.
Yeah, but that's what I think. That's what I think, Shasha. I think that women really, when you go into a relationship, know who you are, know what you want. Otherwise, these type of men will come your way, and they will test you, and they will hurry into marriage. They will hurry into relationship, so they can catch you.
They will.
Okay, so please, that's what I wanted to say to women. If you as women want to be submissive, that's okay for you. If you want to live your life that way, I don't say it's wrong. I think it's something that you want to live. But you have to also understand that if you want to live that way, that comes with a cost. And
Absolutely.
we only live one life. So that's what I wanted to say.
Absolutely. And you're very right.
Yeah.
You only have one life, and you can't live it. You can't live with your light under a bushel. You can't live with your light hidden.
Yeah.
And I would say this for nothing, although I don't allow people to speak about religion. I will say this for nothing. Nobody was ever created to be underneath another person. Nobody was created to suffer. Women were not created to suffer
Mm.
and to do nothing and to just be meek and mild and be told what to do. It's a ridiculous notion to be submissive and it's only you who's submitting. That means the other person can choose not to have respect for you and do whatever they want, and you just have to say yes to everything, and that's wrong.
Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Shasha, for letting me join.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Goodbye.
Thank you. I'm not ignoring your comments, guys. So I've put a treasure box up there. Click it, send the message that's in the treasure box, and you stand a chance of getting some coins from me. Sorry, the purple box is the one with the message. The treasure box is just free coins, okay? So there is 1 minute 27 seconds left on the treasure box and 8 minutes on the purple box. So get to it, guys. Get some money. Get some money. Let me see some of these comments because they were giving me joy. They were making me laugh. It's just so funny. The stuff that people come up with. Someone said, Christine says, women go through menopause. The only animals that go through menopause are socially matriarchal. That is true. Elephants, dolphins, and I can't remember the other type of, is it the bonobos, monkeys or something like that. Jamison, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
How's your night?
My day is going good. It's not night yet. Hopefully, God blesses me with a good night as well.
All right, fabulous. So, have you been on the panel before?
No, I haven't been on this panel before.
All right, I'll just run through some house rules for you. We don't use religion on this panel, just critical thinking and logic. Also, if I hear any oppressive talk or manipulative talk, I have a list of manipulative tactics that I use. If I hear any of those, I will stop you from talking. And as we go through the prompt, I will ask you further questions to understand where your ideologies come from, whether you agree or you disagree with the prompt. Do you understand?
Okay.
Fabulous. So, what is your take on submission and leadership? Should husbands be leaders and wives be submissive?
I think in a household to run properly, that you both have to take up a leadership role in specific regards.
Right.
So
Tell me more, which regards, like, what exactly do you mean?
I mean, that's gonna vary from person to person, but wherever someone is strong, their skill set should be nurtured.
Right.
So
Okay.
in a husband and wife relationship, right? We're gonna usually see that, and this is just going off statistics, right? Men are gonna work longer hours, women are gonna be doing more household tasks. So
Right.
you have to nurture what they're good at. So if you want like a husband to work at his best efficiency, you're gonna, set up things for him to get to work on time. You're gonna set up things for him to be just the best that he could be, and vice versa. Like in my regard, right? Like my fiance can't cook to save her life, right? But I know that she has to eat, right? So I'll just do the cooking. It doesn't really affect me, and it makes me feel good about myself doing something to, nurture my wife. She likes when I cook for her. It saves her money. She gets to buy, even more makeup, more stuff off of Amazon, more stuff at Target, so on and so forth.
So working to your strengths in order to support each other and what the other person is not good at.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Harmony.
So in effect, there's no particular leader of everything. It's just both of you being good at what you're strong at.
And you're going to lead each other when you guys do that together.
Yeah. Leading each other. I totally believe in leading each other because I don't believe one person can have all of the knowledge in everything and be
No, nobody
wise and
can.
be most caring in everything. That's just
No,
absurd to me.
no, that is absurd. We all live different lives. We're all going to know something a little bit different from one another. No one,
Absolutely.
no one man can equate himself with everything in the world.
Absolutely. So in the case of submission, then what do you think about the wife being the only one who is submissive? Should a wife be the only one submissive in a relationship?
No, everybody submits to something. So I don't think that your wife is going to be the only one submitting in a relationship. Because, like, in a household, right? Wives are usually the ones spending the money, right? So they're usually the ones like picking what people eat, picking what people wear, picking how the house looks. So as a man, it's not like we don't care about how we dress. It's not like we don't care about how our houses looks. It's just that we know, like, if you want some things to run smoothly, you submit.
To your wife's choices.
Yeah, to your wife's choices. Yeah, you want to see her happy as well, so you're gonna compromise. Every relationship, you compromise something.
Right. Yeah, because personally, I believe like when only one person is submissive, it gives another person an unfair pedestal where they have power to do whatever they want, and the other person is just expected to say yes to everything, even if it might be stupid sometimes, even if it might be unfair and diminishing and oppressive sometimes. They will you end up losing. For me, technically, if somebody is completely submissive to me and I'm not submissive to them, I just find you will end up not respecting that person completely.
Well, in one of my favorite books, I'm not gonna explain the whole book, but there's a line that goes, "Will or nil," right? And if you don't have a will of your own, people will take it upon themselves to control your will for you, right? So,
Absolutely.
so if you're just gonna sit around with no agency of your own, you're gonna be swayed by any type of agency that comes into your life. But to counteract that point, some people are just naturally submissive, right? Some people don't like confrontation of any sort. So they're going to do things, right, that are more people pleasing forward, right? I don't want to say people pleasing, but just like the least amount of contention or confrontation that they can get. And there's nothing wrong with that.
So yeah, people pleasing. On paper it doesn't look too bad, but after a while, it will drain the person who's giving.
Yes, yes. And in a
Yeah.
relationship, the main indicator of a healthy relationship is how much somebody respects your boundaries, right?
Exactly. But if you're
So
people pleasing, half the time you don't have boundaries. You break your boundaries so that other people will be comfortable around you, and you don't have to walk on eggshells, or they don't have to walk on eggshells. And then again, that person will turn around and start disrespecting you because you don't have any sort of like guidance around you of how to love you and how to respect you.
yes, but there's a thin line between stepping out of your comfort zone and someone breaking your boundaries, right? So, like, in a relationship, right, you have your boundaries to protect yourself, right? But then you have the risk of love, which every love it deals with, right? You're gonna do things that you go outside your comfort zone to do with your partner, right? Like, I don't like going to Sephora on Saturday. I'm only 28 years old. The majority of from when I was 25 and younger, I was like a young man, just waking up on a Saturday from no work and just chilling, getting my thug on, But now I gotta compromise some of my time to go do things that I don't necessarily want to do. I do want to spend time with my girlfriend. Do I want to spend time with her at Sephora? I will have to. I'll take what I can get because it's a blessing that I have one in the first place. Someone that I can call mine. But it's not, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think when I go to the comic book store, my fiance is like thinking like to herself like, I dreamed of being here with him. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But those are compromises. Those are not things that somebody would particularly force you to do. Because sometimes when you compromise, you don't have to do it all the time. So every now and again, you just do those things because you know it's going to put a smile on your partner and you want to see them smile. So you do those things. But there's no forcing you to do it. And
Well,
you're
in a
just doing it.
relationship,
So that,
in a consensual relationship, there should be nothing forced.
yeah, absolutely. They
Yeah.
shouldn't.
So I don't really think like anything in the context of what we're speaking about is forced.
Absolutely. In a relationship, there shouldn't be anything that should be forced. The minute it gets forced or the minute it becomes a chore, then there is a level of control and abuse that's going on, which is completely wrong and it shouldn't be happening. And I would always advise somebody to either deal with it, go to therapy, speak to couples counseling, do something about it, or leave the relationship if the other person is not budging and realizing that you are a human being too with rights and rules and regulations and also needs and wants, and also you want to be respected just as much as they want to be respected.
Well, I agree with you fully, right? But when you get a kid, right, and you start having to develop a child in a relationship, right, you're gonna want to instill in your child that when you don't do X, Y, and Z, that they should have some type of fearful, not fearful. I'm gonna say fearful, but not a bad type of fearful, more like an anxious type of fearful. That since you don't get something done, with
Consequences.
consequences, right? That your mother or your father could be a scary person when things don't get done, right? 'Cause- so like, there's like certain things that I do because I don't want to get my girlfriend to be like mean to me. I'm not necessarily mean, but like I get scared of her too. She can be a little bit feisty when she wants to. But I wouldn't say like she forces me to do things, but I do respect her authority where it counts.
I mean, when it comes to parent and child, your job as a parent is to educate your child on how to grow up to be an independent person and a responsible person and a morally upright person, right? But when it comes to in a relationship, you are not there to parent your partner unless somebody is doing something wrong that hurts you or the relationship. Then there will be consequences. Like if you cheat on me, there is repercussions. If you gamble money, there is repercussions because you're hurting the family, you're hurting us. If you substance abuse, there is repercussions, there is consequences, because you are not only are you hurting your health and causing us issues with because substance abuse comes with a myriad of health issues, mental health issues, and also money spent on things that are not really necessary, and also arguments because it can cause a lot of hallucinations and stuff. So yeah, there will be consequences because those are things you are doing that are hurting another person or hurting the relationship. And
Yeah,
if you ignore your partner and don't spend time with them, there will be consequences. Because why are you in a relationship with me? You're supposed to be my companion. You're supposed to be my best friend. We're supposed to share some sort of communication every now and again. And you avoid me and you ignore me, then you don't want to be with me. There will be consequences. So there's certain things in a parent and child relationship that are different to a non-platonic romantic relationship between two adults.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So now, why do you think that husbands aren't leaders and wives should not submit though?
Because I don't see the need for leadership. I will go back again to this, to the saying that
What?
power corrupts. The minute you label somebody as being above another person, you have given them the opportunity to do whatever they want, and you have no control then of how they're going to misuse that power. But
Yeah,
on
but
the
can I
other
ask you a
hand,
question? Why
yeah,
do you reference leadership directly to power?
because it is a powerful position. It is a position that gives you the power to guide other people and tell other people what to do and how to be and where to go and what is right and what is wrong.
But it's not like you could just tell your wife anything. You're usually
But
just
people
looking.
do. You see, this is what's been happening in our society for a long time through patriarchy, because men have been termed leaders. They have been doing that. They have been telling women, if I cheat on you, women have been brainwashed to forgive their husband if a husband cheats and call it, oh, he made a mistake. Oh, it was just a random girl. And do you know what happens? The woman will, instead of fighting and arguing with her husband, she'll go and fight with the woman he cheated on her with half the time, which is
I don't think
wrong.
that. I don't think that man is at fault for how that woman thinks stuff.
Yeah, but it happens through manipulation. It has happened to me before. The person will absolutely come to their partner and say, well, she enticed me. Those words happen. And it happens through manipulation a lot. If you look at how many women will fight against each other on account of a man being between them, instead of arguing with the man, because it's him who's not controlling himself, not the woman who's outside of his house, who is forcing him. And she is not forcing him to sleep with him or to do anything with him. He's choosing, he's making a choice. But
Well, I would think,
in our
I don't think.
in our society, women have been manipulated and brainwashed and put in a position where they're the underdog consistently, where they centralize men and make excuses for men so that they can be picked and chosen by men for being a peaceful, non-confrontational, easygoing, chill kind of woman who is wifey material.
But let me ask you a question. Why, when a woman is doing that, right, being like laid back and chill, not confrontational, it's seen as her being a pick me. But when a man
No, no,
says
no.
that he's chill,
No, there's a difference. There's a difference being chill, but there's a difference when you just have your boundaries broken and you just take it.
well,
Like
your
I'm giving
boundaries
you
are
the
supposed to
example
protect you in a
when
relationship.
I'm giving you the example with the cheating, or even someone putting hands on you, laying hands on you. But if you are expected to be chill, non-confrontational, you're gonna make excuses and say, naked weapon, naked, oh, naked weapon. God, I can't read English. Naked weapon, good evening, how are you?
But let me ask you a
So
question.
if somebody puts hands on you,
Hmm.
half the time, a lot of women, how they end up staying in those relationships is not only have they been manipulated into thinking that if they leave, something worse is going to happen, or the man has made a mistake, so you should give him excuses and make and forgive him, or it's your fault. You raised your voice. You didn't do what I wanted. You did this, all of this, all of this. That's why I put hands on you. So women end up in those toxic relationships because they are manipulated and controlled to a point where they believe they have no other option but to stay with this person. And sometimes they blame themselves for what's happening in those relationships.
Okay, but listen, nobody are in the case of your scenario, right? You obviously it's not your fault or your responsibility that your partner cheated on you, right? Because you can't control what somebody does, right? But
You can't, yeah.
you can control how you react to it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it did at some point when you got cheated on and you find yourself saying, "Oh, F this other woman, why you're going at this other woman because she got in between." Don't you take responsibility for you going after that other woman when you could have taken responsibility and been like, "Hey, let me leave this person"?
Well, at some point, yeah, but it's not in every single situation.
But
Some people are
whose
literal.
responsibility is it to get
Some
out of
people
that
are.
situation?
No, some people are literal doormats. They have been abused to the point they become doormats. They just roll over and say, whatever, it's okay. So it's different person by person, relationship by relationship. It's not always going to be the same. But what is
But
prevalent
do people become
is that
doormats
what,
for no reason, or
but
do people
hold
become
on, what
doormats? Oh, sorry.
what is prevalent is that misogyny has existed in our societies for hundreds of years, to the point where even women are misogynist towards each other and themselves. That's why nowadays we educate women to know what is self-love. Before centralizing another person, you should be central to yourself. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, how is another person going to learn how to love you?
Yes, but back to what you were saying about the doormat thing, right? Do people become doormats because they're made into doormats, or do people become doormats because they want us to
It
become?
depends person by person. It depends person by person. Some people are turned into doormats. Some people are just like that. Just like the easygoing person who just is like that and can't be bothered with anything and just think like that. Let me give you an example. As for me, where I come from, in most parts of Africa, women are
Mhm.
expected to never ever leave their husband even if he cheats. The whole town, the whole family, his family, your family will stand behind the men and say, well, that's what men are like. If you leave him, you think the next one won't cheat? Well, where are you going to go? You are a single mom now. You are grown. You have kids. Who's going to want you? That's all part of the brainwashing that turns women from, especially from where I come from, into doormats, where they now believe it's something to be expected. We actually have women who do podcasts about when your husband is cheating, how do you put up with it? Or just, there's a woman who actually shared a story that she packs condoms for her husband when he goes, because he drives HGVs. She packs condoms so at least he doesn't bring back STDs. But because her own families, her own support system has told her that this is what should be expected when you are with her husband.
But then my point goes back to like, isn't that more of a cultural thing more than a man thing?
Yeah, it is a cultural thing, but it is supported by patriarchy. Because patriarchy will divide and conquer women, will make women hate each other and hate themselves, and make women think if you put up with it, why should your neighbor complain about it? Educate your neighbor that a good woman does not complain about stupid little things like that. They diminish such sins against another person like they are not heinous crimes towards their relationship.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But I would say that I think that people hate themselves for far deeper reasons than you could equivalent to just patriarchy or culture.
So
It's much more nuanced and much more
so even if you
detailed.
look at countries, if you even if you look at countries that are run by religion, the
Mhm.
women there are still expected to do the same thing that culturally you will find in most African countries. Like you will see, like Muslim women will put up with their husband sleeping around and doing whatever, and they will actually blame the woman he's sleeping with. Even if he sleeps with a child, they'll blame the child for being too fast, for being too advanced, for walking around and showing him skin. That's how he got tempted. They don't hold the men accountable and say, no, it's him. He doesn't have morals. He doesn't know what he's doing, because of the brainwashing that happens through, and the indoctrination that happens through the religion and how it is passed down to those people.
Yeah, but you see the thing about like life though is there's a certain point where you have to be held accountable. You can't say people are like, we're not dealing with minors, you know. We're not saying
No,
that.
no, no, no. That this is why us women will hold live streams like this, to educate those who've been brainwashed to come out and think critically about what they are signing up on the dotted line for. Let's have a look at what's happening in America right now. There is abortion laws going on in America. You will find other women behind their husbands, behind their senators, behind their mayors, behind their religious leaders, supporting no abortion laws. Now,
Mhm.
if you look at what's happened to that woman throughout her growing up and what she has been fed, what she has been made to believe, what she has been indoctrinated into, you will find that the decisions that she's making is because she's been told that's the right thing to do. She's no longer thinking individually and questioning the surroundings around everything that she's campaigning for. She's now just agreeing because she's been told that's where you belong as a woman.
Well, but you see, like I agree with you on that, like on a level, right? But then when you look at it broadly, right? I don't think that it'd be hard to say that just every woman who doesn't support abortion is those things that you named,
No,
right?
no, no. I never said every. I said most. I never said every. I didn't. I never said every because I have family members who don't support abortion too, and I'm like, can you not see the error of your ways when you say when you speak about things like that? Because there are so many circumstances that weigh into why a person ends up having an abortion, but the people who anti-abortion don't want to hear these circumstances, and they don't care about the living being that's actually walking, breathing, eating, talking with us here on planet Earth. They only care about a life inside that they haven't actually studied at what stage that life can be called full-fledged and absolutely humane enough to be not unalived.
Yeah, I agree with you on the abortion thing. I just definitely like it's because you can't control what people care about. Like sadly, some people
Yeah,
care
you
about
can't. Yeah.
other things more
You
than
can't.
other things.
So,
Yeah.
so let's have a look at. So I'm trying to explain
But
that
my question to
it's
you
not
is,
every single person. It's not every single person who gets brainwashed or indoctrinated into believing things that are detrimental to relationships or society. But let's have a look at the red pill bros and what they've been doing on the internet. They've been creating videos full of vitriol hate towards women, right? Calling women names, degrading them, dehumanizing them, saying all sorts. And a lot of young men from the age of like 16 to at least 25 have fallen prey to that kind of messaging. And they would then carry on to regurgitate what they've heard because they are believing in it, because they are watching it on YouTube, on all social media platforms. They're hearing it from their friends. It becomes a mantra in their head to the point they stop thinking for themselves. Not all, but most of them.
yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So it's the same thing that happens in a relationship where we are talking now about a woman who rolls over and thinks, oh, it's okay if my man cheats, or I'll just find some excuses, or I'll blame myself and say, well, I lost myself after giving birth. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't up for it. So he went and got it somewhere, or he made a mistake, or he was on alcohol that time, or he's allowed to because my culture
So
would let him to have 5 wives. All sorts of excuses. It becomes ridiculous. But that type of person, they are no longer thinking critically and prioritizing themselves. Something has happened around them that's made them believe that they don't deserve to be respected enough to not have this thing done to them.
So what do you do about people like that just don't listen? They sound too far gone.
Some people do sound too far gone, and some people are stubborn. But this is why we hold talks like this. This is why there are other creators who go against the grain, and we will always get pushback. We get insulted. We get told this, that, this. Like today, I don't have many haters in my comments. Normally, I get a lot of men coming here to insult me, to tell me I'm ugly, to tell me I'm fat, to tell me nobody wants me, to tell me all sorts. They'll just guess about why I'm doing what I'm doing, not realizing I am doing this so that women end up with healthy men, healthy relationships, men who have emotional intelligence, men who respect them as much as they want to be respected, men who love them as much as they want to be loved, men who hold them at a level that they want to be held at too, not men who are going to brainwash you and put you in a place where you are underneath them. But we have to carry on, because if Andrew Tate exists, then we have to have a positive person existing who is going against what he's saying. So as much as evil would do whatever it wants to do and say whatever it wants to do and spread hellfire through earth, so will good. Good will do whatever it wants to do. Good will say whatever it wants to do, and it will spread joy, happiness, and peace, and the good news on earth. Those who want to listen will listen. Those who don't. I can't force everybody. I can't control people. Just as much as Andrew Tate can't do the same either. At the end of the day, we can't give up and not do anything about it. We gotta do, because we will save one person. I've had a few men come back on my platform and say, do you know what? I'm raising daughters. And I realized the way that I was brought up, the way that me and my wife did marriage is not going to work for the future of my kids, because the world is changing. Our traditions cannot carry on as if they don't have fault. We got to look at it. And I've been listening to you for a while, and I want to ask you, what do I do? How do I educate my kids? That, for me, that's a win, because that's one father that's going to change 10 people in the future, in his future generations. That's going to make a difference. It just spreads like, you know, the butterfly effect. It creates a ripple effect in the future of our kids.
Definitely. Definitely. You just gotta keep fighting the good fight. Keep having a life every day.
Absolutely.
Fuck what they say.
Absolutely. Yeah, because we can't give up. The minute we give up, then we have lost.
Literally, 100%.
And they say,
Sadly,
what, when you see something going wrong and you are complacent, then you are part of the problem. I'd rather not be part of the problem.
see, I think that's where our views differ, right? Is because I definitely see both sides of the coin, right? And like growing, like just being in life, sometimes you just don't even want to be a part of the coin. Like you don't want to
I
be
know.
you don't want to be a part of the social normities or like the freaking nuanced circumstances that people always describe on these debates and stuff like that. You just want to chill, be kind, and you know, just love. And it seems like and yes, there always is an enemy, but I feel like, especially in TikTok spaces, the enemy is always a little bit too broad, right? That you get like, no matter what somebody's talking about, like, because like what people talk about, like, there's so many people on Earth, right? But it seems that we all bubble people together in these like just these prejudices.
So when I do my live stream, I always come with statistics, facts, and research. And I use, because you did ask me, why do I think husbands should not be leaders? If I look at statistically what's been happening with men in our societies, the same guys who have had 2,000 years to be leading the world, the amount of war we've had, which is most of the time unnecessary, because you're destroying people's lives, people's infrastructure, hospitals, schools, all of society. It's just, for me, I can never justify it. Unless you are retaliating to somebody attacking you, there's a difference. But if you just attack people because you want to have power over them, for me, it's unjustified. After we've learned everything that's gone on with colonializing people, and also slave trade, and also the Holocaust, we cannot just carry on saying, oh, it's okay for Donald Trump to go and do this to this country, do this to this country, because what about the people that get hurt in the process of him wanting to show people he is powerful and is in presidency right now? And then if we look at the statistics around femicide in the world right now, one woman every 4 minutes is getting unalived by her male companion, usually somebody who is in close proximity to her husband, her brother, her father, her uncle, her son, somebody who lives with her more than half the time. 80% of the time is somebody who lives with her. And also, when you look at, like I always use statistics in the country that I live in. Here in the UK, 54% of married couples, the wife will go and report their husband for sexual abuse. So already that, all of these things, that they already demote men from leadership roles. It literally shows me that it is not a natural position for a man to be in. Rather, it should be both people coming together with 100% of who they are and fulfilling each other and growing together, supporting each other and helping each other to have a good life, rather than having a power dynamic where somebody says, well, on account of me having a willy, I'm now the leader. But no, who said you're the wisest? Who said you're the kindest? Who said you are the most empathetical? Who said you're the best at communication? Who said, oh, look at the comments right now. Somebody, a man just put, shut the fuck up. What does that show you? No leadership skills. because instead of listening and understanding that the process of what happens in society and these statistics, they show us the trend in what happens in different genders, and it allows us to view whether we deserve to be in these positions or not, right? If we have a look at, like, let's have a look at what happened before women were allowed to go to school, before they were allowed to open bank accounts, they were allowed to drive, they were allowed to take out a loan without a man holding their hands, before they were allowed to even open a book and read, or even read the stars when they were still getting burnt at the stake for being witches. Men who are half of the population still thought they could monopolize medicine, and they could tell women what to do with their body when it comes to medicine. However, it took women getting into medicine and getting educated that we finally advanced when it comes to treating women's bodies during especially during pregnancy and all of those things. And we still have a long way to go. But the minute women stepped in and held hands with men and worked together with men, it became an even better result. It was no longer, oh, men know all the answer. It was, oh, we both can have the answer, and we can both support each other to create better societies and better strategies for these medicinal processes that we need. And if we are not women, men all needed to say, if we're not women, how can we now say that we know what happens with a woman's body? What happens with the hormones? What happens with what's it called? With her nervous system, what happens with her mind, what happens with her cycle, what happens when she gets pregnant. We need women in these places so that they can work even better with women, so that we can advance technologically in those industries in medicine. But this is what happens when people take it for granted that on account of being a male, he becomes a leader. But where is the sense and sensibility? Where is the critical thinking? Where is the logic in that? Because we have seen a lot of guys lack empathy in the fact that they will attack random people on the street, or random women on the street on account of, they'll turn up and say, can I have your number? She says no. He gets offended. Instead of controlling his emotions and being emotionally intelligent, he will attack the woman, spit on her, push her, call her names, or even force himself on her. Follow her until she gives in, coerce her, and all of these things. Where is the critical thinking? Where is the logic? Or those things are very important for a person to be a good leader. Emotional intelligence, empathy, good communication, leading by example, being compassionate, caring about other people, and being nurturing. Those are all important things for leadership. So how can men claim to be leaders when they've been showing lack of leadership for quite a while?
Because, well, I agree with everything that you're saying, but I think people call people leaders because, in this sense, they're not really like, these are not the leaders that we refer to as in, like, as in politicians and people that are critical to a whole country or whole society's infrastructure. I think these are just like, this is more of the situation in the context of like husbands are not leaders, right? This is more just of like becoming a man, like, because when you're a man, right, like when you're becoming from a boy to a man, you're knowing that you're going to be gaining certain responsibilities, learning these certain things, right? And so there is the metaphorical reason we call people leaders, right? And then there's like we call people from boys to men, right? And then there's the legal reasons that people become from a boy to a man. Just turning older than 18, you're a man legally, right? You have all these things given to you. You can go get liquor, you can go certain clubs, all these things. You're an adult now, right? So like. So all the things that you reference as into like men that are violent, men that are this, those are just men, yeah, like biological men, right? But when you're thinking of a husband, right, you're thinking of a man who is good enough to fall in love with, right? So you're thinking that he has some type of emotional intelligence enough to make a woman fall in love with him, that he's gonna want to protect her and so on and so forth, right? So you're gonna say like he's gonna want to be a leader in some regard, because he's gonna want to have that connection with his wife, right? This is not just a
Unfortunately, history has shown us that a lot of husbands are incapable of doing that.
I agree
Because
with you. A lot of people are incapable of doing that.
the rates of domestic violence, the rates of domestic or marital rape, the rates of children being abused by their fathers, substance abuse, verbal abuse, financial, emotional. You will find a lot of married women will be in therapy because of their husband, but the husband will not take himself to therapy in order to have a good symbiotic relationship with his wife. He will avoid it.
Are
But
you
if
still in
the
your
reason
robe in your trailer house? It's time to get a real job, baby.
you see what I mean about men not
You're
being
in your robe
leaders.
still.
You just come here or try and insult
No
me.
wonder you can't find a
We're having
husband.
a good
Damn, baby, and you're up
conversation.
here trying to make money
If
on
you want
TikTok on some bullshit.
if you want to insult me, just wait your turn. When I finish talking to the person I'm talking to, you will get your floor. Don't worry. I allow people to insult me. Don't worry. I'll give you 2-3 minutes to just rip it off and get all your feelings out of your chest. Don't worry. So you see, Jameson, these are the men who claim to be leaders, and because he's here offended because he doesn't want me to speak the truth that husbands are not leaders, but he will claim to be
You
a
need to
leader,
get your
but
ass
he
in the
lacks
kitchen, put some
communication
makeup on,
skills,
clean the
and
house.
he
Whoa,
also
whoa, whoa.
lacks
Cool down,
the
brother.
ability to follow instructions. And now he's sexualizing me, which is dehumanizing. Like, oh, put some makeup on, take your robe off, do all these things that make you attractive to men, because as a woman, that is your only position in life. The sense and sensibility, the critical thinking, hardly not there at all.
Damn, you're gonna let her describe you to a T like that? No
Yeah.
thinking.
I mean, can you imagine
Yeah.
coming home
You
to
just have
that
to
shit? Come
ignore
on,
people
dude.
like that. You just have to ignore people like that.
You've been working your ass off all day and then you come home to that?
Let him
Fucking
speak. What
still in
else
a
do you want
robe
to
and
say,
shit?
Chip?
No food on the table?
What else do you want to say, Chip? Unmute yourself and let it rip. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to hear what he says.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
you should be a homemaker instead of sitting there complaining about how bad men are. You need to take a bath, take a shower, clean yourself up a little bit, put on something nice, find a job, and be a homemaker. You should be ashamed of
Find a job
yourself.
and be a homemaker. That's two different things. Which one is it? Which one should I do? Go to work or be a homemaker? Which
Both.
one is it?
Both. Women do
Why should I do
both.
both?
But sitting on the
I needed to
computer
look
all day
sexy and
with your robe
attractive so
on, that
Chip
doesn't
can feel
work and
better.
shit. Come on, dude.
I thought I needed to look sexy and attractive so Chip can feel better. Why would I go to work?
No, you do that so you can feel better about yourself.
No. But you
Yeah.
haven't asked me what makes me feel
Yeah,
better,
instead
though,
of
Chip.
sitting on here bitching
You
about
are
how somebody
guessing.
owes you
You are
something.
guessing what
Nobody
makes
owes
me
you
feel
shit.
better.
Get up,
You
take a
don't know what
shower,
makes me feel
put
better.
on some nice clothes, get a damn job, and let's make something of yourself instead of being up here. Husbands are not leaders. Wives should not submit. All this
Well,
bullshit. And then you
hold on,
guys in
hold
the
on.
fucking chat eat this
Hold
up
on.
like you
Hold on, though.
idiots.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here's the thing, though. Do you know that whether she has a job, what she's doing, do you know that, though?
He doesn't even know what time of the day it is, where I
Chip.
am, which country I live in. He doesn't. He's just guessing because he's in his feelings.
Yeah. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But yes, I will ask.
It's just,
I'll ask a couple of
and
questions to him though. But
you know the
here's the thing,
audacity.
Chip of the old block though. Well, I'm just guessing. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing. Would you? I mean, like, do you know what she does? How she takes care of her family? Whether she has kids? Whether she's a working mother? What kind of life she lives? Do you actually know this before you speak, though? I'm just asking? I even,
No, it
I
just
mean, by
takes
the
a
way,
little bit
I
of
even know
common
as
sense
well.
to know what the hell's going on here.
I just
This
met
woman
her.
hasn't done shit all day. Look at her.
Mm.
Carlos, on account
She
of
gets on
being a
she
man,
gets
How
on
is
the
she?
on
TikTok
account
waiting
of
for a
being a
damn
man,
galaxy all
let
day.
me give you the answer because two can play that game. Carlos, on account of him being a man, he has got the wisdom to guess what everybody's doing with their life and where they live and what they're doing. He literally said, no food on the table, go have a shower, blah, blah. He doesn't even know what time of the day is where I live. He doesn't even know what I've done throughout the day. He doesn't know jack shit about me. But he's, on account of having a willy, he's already got the rights and the entitlement to tell me exactly what he thinks he knows about me. Somebody says, oh, he's run off. Somebody said he's getting emotional. He's harassing people on social media, but he's talking about doing things to make people feel better. Exactly. Exactly. Oops. Exactly. It's absolutely crazy to me. You know, ladies, this is why I say husbands are not leaders and men should not be and wives should not submit. Because this is what you deal with. You will be diminished. You will be put in a position to be made to feel that your position as a woman is to be in a kitchen, is to look sexy so that somebody might want you, is to provide some sort of comfort for this person, is to do all of these things for this person. It's absolutely crazy to me. I mean, if you all want to be submissive, go ahead. As for me, myself, it's not something that I think is useful for me. It's not something that I think is useful for my own benefit. I don't think it benefits women at all because, and I said this yesterday, I think the ladies who are here yesterday will remember that I said, I methodically come on social media, dress the way that I dress because, number one, I want to trigger incels who think they can tell women how to speak and how to dress and who can sexualize women and put them in a position of just being attractive. And also, I never want to turn up here looking like I am a snack, and I don't want that to be the reason why people will listen to me, because I'm not here for a beauty contest. I'm here for a mindset contest. The way that I think, the way that I view the world, that's what I'm here for. And if people want to listen to me, they listen. Chip would have had a heart attack, Carlos, if he had turned up and found me in my normal bonnet. Today, I don't even have my bonnet. Normally, I've got no eyelashes, bonnet on, and he actually told me to go and put some makeup on. That's sad. That's really sad. Hi, Carlos, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What's up with that? Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm so sorry. I dropped. I didn't drop basically, but my phone gave up on me.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to say that he shouldn't judge, without knowing a person or knowing at least a little bit, 15% of what they went through, you know, and just
Yeah.
judge basically. He's a bully. Basically, he's just bullying you, you know.
Yeah, he's trying to bully me.
Yeah, he's
He thinks
trying
he
to.
can
Yeah,
tell me what to do and I'll run off going, oh my gosh, a man told me what to do. Now I need to do it.
yeah, yeah. You are hardcore, but by what he said, kind of made me feel bad. Like it. I get it though. I get it. It's not something you should actually judge and be so judgmental about. You shouldn't do that. Get to know the
Yeah.
person. Instead of actually being like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Fuck off, man. I'm sorry, but really, yeah.
Because right now in the UK, it's 11 o'clock at night,
Mm,
11 p.m. at night. Everyone knows I stream after my children have gone to bed because I've got nothing else left to do. That is my time to do whatever I want to do. That's why I don't turn up during the day. That's why I don't turn up any other time. I turn up after the children have gone to bed for a reason. But you see, incels who want your attention, because what Chip was doing was like, he is lonely wherever he is. He doesn't get attention, and he doesn't like it when women choose not to follow men and worship men, because it means that's one less woman who's going to turn around to him and ask for to have a relationship with him. If he wanted to ask her out, she's going to say no. It offends him for women to be independent and to be knowledgeable. It makes him feel weak. So for him to get my attention, he had to come up on the panel and say, go put some makeup on. Good. He wanted to knock onto my self-esteem, so that I can feel like no man will ever want me, or I'm not wanted by men, without actually asking me if that is my goal. I didn't come here to be asked out by nobody. I didn't come here to be dating nobody. I didn't come here to say, guys, I'm single. Which husband should I have? Because I need a leader. What for? So that somebody can snow inside my house? No, thank you. But he's just like, he's projecting what's going on inside him. That's why I let them talk these days, because they will show a projection of a lot of their loneliness by coming to insult me and trying to diminish my own appearance. Because I don't give a shit about my appearance. You know this, Carlos. I've appeared like this
Absolutely.
for months now.
I got you.
If I did, I would put some lipstick and some eyeshadow. I'll be like, boy,
Wait.
guys.
Wait, let me stop you right there. You look fine, though.
Absolutely. That's
Absolutely, man. Come on. You look fine. You know, I don't get it.
As soon as I look in the
it.
mirror, as soon as I look in the mirror, I'm like, girl, you're fine. You are absolutely fine. Go on with you. Do you know what I mean? And then somebody's like, go and have a shower. Do you know what time of the night it is? When I've already had 1 or 2 showers.
And
he's like,
let me tell you this.
Take off your morning gown. No, I'm in my fucking house. I want to relax and keep warm. Shit. As soon as I step through that door, I put this thing on. It lives on the back of my neck like it is my best friend.
You see, here's the thing. I'm a person which actually has a sister, right? And my sister, she's a bigger dick than me, by the way. She's more in control, right? When I say that, I mean I'm more defensive, you know. But she likes to say, like, yeah, no, hold my coffee. I'll deal with this. You know, you get my point. She's that kind of person, and I tell you, she's non-violent. She won't hit anyone. She won't do anything. But what she says is very sharp. She's a very sharp person. Something like you, Shasha. You know, go with the points. You know. Yeah. So she is. As much as I hate her, when I say I hate, you know, we have issues. But she is amazing. She's an amazing woman. You know, she does not take shit. She's the nicest person you'll ever meet. But you gotta give and gain respect. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm that guy who you say anything about my sister, you're gonna get hit in your face. You know. But no, don't hear me. I'll deal with this. She's that kind of person. Yeah, and she's good at it, and she's better than me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hope she doesn't hear this.
I hope she doesn't.
It's gonna go right to her head. It's gonna go right to her head.
She'll come for me. Yeah. Last week TikTok shut down the live, and then they banned me for about 3 days on Friday. But I managed to do a course, so I managed to alleviate some of the days. Yeah. But ladies who are listening, don't ever get dressed to, oh, look, they're sending a violation. Re-request up.
Oh.
Ladies who are listening, Carlos, re-request up, because for some reason they're sending a violation. I don't know what it was for. Yeah, last week they shut down the live stream, and initially they just dropped everybody, and then they silenced my mic, and then they actually sent me a violation for something else. And then since then I've been sort of like shadow banned because my numbers have dropped a lot. But it's okay. It's all part of TikTok and their rules and regulations. So ladies are saying, don't ever, when you wake up in the morning, whatever you're gonna do, whether you're gonna put lashes on or not, or a wig on or not, or nails, or dress nicely or not, don't ever do it so that a man can look at you and go, oh wow, you look nice. No, no, no. Do it so you can look at yourself in the mirror and go, oh wow, I look nice. You should be the first person to compliment yourself. Yes, compliments are nice, but most guys will give you a compliment because they are looking at you like a piece of cake, and only that. They don't have any value for anything that's coming out of your mouth, anything that will come out of your mind, anything that comes out of your heart. They only want to see you inside their bed, laying flat and moaning and pretending that you are reaching an O. So yeah, just be very, very wary of the people you are dating, because a lot of women, and like I would tell everybody, I've been working with married women since 2012. A lot of women will get married and then the man will change afterwards and go with a younger woman. It's because he got with you because of your looks, not because of your mind. Imagine I was sat here talking, having a good conversation with the guy who was here before Carlos joined. We were having a good conversation. There was no arguments. We were just bouncing ideas back and forth. He was asking questions. We were answering. We were talking nicely. And there was no altercation. And I was giving away quite a lot of knowledgeable information that I didn't create myself, that society and men have created, and that is being reported by the police and other reporting governing bodies. And somebody comes here to tell me, no, shut up, do this instead, do that instead, because all he sees when he sees a woman is a piece of meat. No time to listen to what's coming out of her head and whether she's wise enough or whether she's talking something sensible. Just, oh, no, 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 no. Your place is to be a homemaker. And he shot himself in the foot. He said, go get a job and be a homemaker. Like, which one is it? A homemaker is a type of job? Or should I get a job outside of the house? Which one is it? You know? But, you know, it is what it is. I like it when... Guys, I am downloading all of my live streams and I'm going to put them on YouTube. So you can have the chance to watch all of the insults I've received on this platform for the last 10 weeks. It makes me laugh because people think they're going to get in my head, and I'm like, when I go to sleep, I don't even think about it. I think about my Korean movies, like what happened to Jong-soo and this person.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So yeah, that is what's up. You managed to catch one of the good insults, Carlos, today.
Which one is that?
The person who came on insulting me. Remember last time when you joined on Friday, I was like, "Oh, you've missed it. We've had some epic insults on this platform." Today, you managed to see one in action in the wild.
It's horrible. It's just horrible, man. I'm sorry that you can't actually experience that. But you are actually hardcore though. Yeah.
It's people are going through a lot of mental health issues in their households.
Yes. Well,
They are.
so do I as well. You know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Instead of going to therapy
I go
for
to
it, seeking counseling, some people just choose to insult other people for things that they don't have any control over.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm talking about anxiety and stress and everything. But you know, to actually say to a woman, you know, wear a little bit of makeup instead of listening to what the woman is saying. Yeah, that's just crazy, man. That's just crazy.
Go
That's
put
just
some
crazy.
makeup on.
Mm,
He literally said it
mm,
with his chest. Go put some makeup on so I can admire you, so I can oogle you and drool over you.
mm. Yeah.
Honestly, it's sad,
You
isn't
should,
it? It's sad.
here's the crazy thing though. You should say the same thing back to him.
Yeah, well, you see, most people who insult me will have like hidden accounts.
Uh,
So yeah, but he
mm.
definitely needs some high heels and some makeup and a nice sparkly dress
Shit.
because yeah, lots of
Yeah.
sequins is giving princess energy. Like, yeah, very much in
Mm.
need of attention.
You remember
It is.
the about a couple of days back I joined you, right? And this
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
actually said that he met someone in the parking lot or something, and he went up to this woman and he was asking for the number, and this woman rejected, and he felt so bad. He felt so bad.
yeah.
He was
Couldn't
speaking
handle
English.
rejection from a stranger.
Really,
Yeah,
really, it wasn't so bad though.
I know. Like a complete stranger, she owes you nothing. You are supposed to feel nothing.
Exactly, exactly.
Unless it's
That's
your
ridiculous.
ex-girlfriend and you
Mm,
remember what she feels like, what she tastes like, what she talk
right.
like, and you are like, I want to get back in your
Exactly.
good books. Please take me back, and then she
Exactly.
rejects you. Then that's like, oh no, you broke my heart. You know, but
Mm,
how can you feel
mm.
so bad from a stranger
Total
rejecting you
stranger.
in a
Total
park?
stranger. Exactly. Yeah. Dramatic, eh? Very dramatic.
Very
Mm,
dramatic, very
mm,
entitled, very entitled. That's the
mm,
problem. The
mm,
entitlement that
mm,
I approached you,
mm,
and because he kept on saying, "Oh, women are so attractive. Women are so attractive that us men, when we see unattractive women, what are we supposed to do?" He's talking about lack of
mm,
self-control.
mm,
Like, okay, it's okay to turn up to somebody and say, "Can I have your number? I like you." And if they say no, don't take it personally. Just move on. How can you be so
mm,
broken, so hurt because she is
mm,
attractive? That's that sexualization again. It's like, I really want to be inside your legs. Can you let me be around you so I can taste how you feel like?
Well, that's one way of putting it. Another way is
Yeah.
actually accepting rejection. It is accepting rejection.
Yeah, you're supposed to accept rejection and say, well, I don't
Exactly.
know you. I don't know you. You don't know me. You don't owe me
Uh,
anything. Let me just move
uh,
on.
uh,
That's it.
yeah, yeah,
But a lot of guys can't do
exactly.
that. A lot of guys can't do
Mm,
that. That's why you will find women uh, will always testify that they are terrified of being approached by a guy in public
mm,
because they are afraid if they reject him, he's going to do something to them.
mm,
Mm.
right.
They're afraid. Oh, we have another one trying to insult me again in the comments. They do try. They try really hard. He came up, somebody called, oh,
Fake
Aderos is
wig.
back again. He said, you be man. I know like people with
What's
fake
the
wig.
problem,
He
man?
was here before.
What's
He
the
was here
problem?
before sending loads of video, and I said, "Come up on the panel and tell me exactly what you want to tell me. Instead of all of this nonsense in the comments, come and tell me, well, men are leaders because of this. Women should be submissive because of this. Let's deduce it. Let's get into it and understand. Let's use our critical thinking." He doesn't have the balls to do it. He's too pussy to
Mm,
do it.
mm. So basically, he's just going with face value and actually saying like you're having a fake wig, whether it
Yeah.
is or not, regardless, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Again, again, he's sexualizing me because he's going for my looks.
Ah, exactly. So because he
Yeah.
doesn't have a thought in his head, right?
Mhm.
An original thought in his head. So if you have that original thought in your head, if you have a perspective or an opinion, carry on,
Yeah.
brother. But don't do that. Don't do that, man. That's called bullying. Stop bullying this person. You know.
Yeah.
By the way, good luck with that. She's not easily bullied. You know. But yeah, carry on. Carry on.
Is
Good luck.
yeah, it's sad that a lot of these guys exist in society. Like, women are not
Ah.
objects. We don't appear in society to be objectified,
Mm, mm,
to be put in a place where people are salivating over us. It's perverted.
mm,
I personally don't like it. This is why when a person asks me out, I always say no. I
mm,
like doing the asking out. Because
mm,
if you are asking me out, it means, and you don't know me, you've never spoken to me, you don't know how my mind works, you don't know if I'm a good person or a rude person, you don't know if I'm kind or mean and selfish, You just turn up out of nowhere and say, I like the way you look, can I have your number? Immediately, I just know you're objectifying me because what you're going for is looks and you don't know what's inside here. So I will literally run away from you. That's why I like asking guys out myself, because then at least I have evaluated you properly from afar to see if you've got sense and sensibility first. Mm.
You see, this is what I tell many of my friends, I go on
Yeah.
dates. It's basically a light version of interrogation,
Yeah.
right? It's a light version of it. We actually ask what, basically we're getting to know the person, right? Attraction is first on that. That means you're attracted to the person, that's why you went on a date. But when you're sitting down across the person, you are asking questions. Basically, you're asking like, it can be the fundamental thing of asking what's your favorite color, to the point of what's your interest, to see whether you guys are compatible,
Yeah.
right? Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, instead of that, we say, you should put more makeup on. Yeah, that'll be the end of the date.
Exactly.
Right? Right? So basically you need to be kinder, be more nicer, be more how you say smooth. You know? You're not being smooth, guys.
Yeah. But a lot of guys don't go on dates to learn the woman. They go on dates to
Do
measure
I
how
know,
she
I
looks.
know, I know.
Yeah. And then that's why some guys will be like, well, are you coming home with me after this? If you say no, they'll be like, well, you pay your half then. Because they just want to sleep with you.
Wow.
Sad.
Wow.
Sad. You're like turning women, not normal women, hardworking women, into streetwalkers just on account of going on a date with
hmm
her. You're saying, give
Yeah.
me your body for the price of buying you a meal. I could have bought myself a meal. I didn't have to sit with you and your empty mind to get a meal. I can get my own shit. Thank you.
I'm not gonna mention names, but there was a story which one of my friends on TikTok as well told me this. So she's a very nice person. She went on a date and she said that this was the worst date I ever had in my life. So she actually mentioned that she's actually having some health issues. So she cannot eat like serious health issues. She cannot actually eat like McDonald's or this kind of she needs to eat proper kind of food. Okay. And she's willing to go out. And this guy she's dating is a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
And this guy brings her out to the most horrible place. And after that, he says that the food is too expensive and he doesn't pay for it. And she pays for everything.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Like not only for herself, but for him as well. And she's nice enough to say like, nah, don't worry about it. If you can't pay for it, don't worry. I can do it myself. You know? So
I would
she
have
pays
paid
for
my
it.
half and left.
Yeah, exactly. I told her the same thing. I said you should have left him right there with the half meal. Go Dutch.
Yeah.
Go Dutch. Yeah.
I
Go
would have
Dutch.
paid my half. And if I left any food, I'll take my takeaway bag and left.
Yeah. And you're a so-called lawyer. I mean, you should have money, right? If you're a lawyer. Yeah, sure.
Some people lie about the jobs they do though.
hmm Exactly. I
Some
mean, I
people
mean, I'm not
lie.
doubting he's a lawyer though. I'm not doubting he's a lawyer because I know this
I
guy
hope
as
he
well.
is. I hope he is.
Yeah, but
Sea
but
level,
he
good
is.
evening. How are you?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So just reading your husbands are not leaders and wives are not to submit. So like, who is the leader? Or someone has to lead, isn't it?
Not really.
No? So
No.
what about in the churchy people You know, like the churches and the Bible places, they say women should submit to the husband. What does submit mean?
It also says submit to each other. Before the women should submit to the husband, there is a verse, very
Uh-huh.
short line that
Where?
says both of you must submit to each other. Did you not read that part?
Which verse? Which one's this?
The one before that, open your Bible right now. Since you're such a Christian, open your Bible.
I'm not a Christian.
Oh, so why are you bringing God into it? Why are you bringing the Bible into it if you're not a Christian?
Well, I do read the Bible, but I don't confess to be a
Right,
Christian.
so why are you believing things that you don't believe in? So this is what you see, Carlos. This is why I don't
No,
allow
I'm
people to
not
talk on
saying I
religion.
don't believe. I'm just
I got
saying
you.
this is what the
You
church.
said you're not a Christian, but you're bringing the Bible to my face.
Yeah.
I never referenced the Bible. You are referencing the Bible.
I
So
know.
since you're referencing the Bible, I'm telling you there is more you need to read in this Bible that you love so much to present to
I
other
don't.
people.
I'm not,
Go
okay,
and
I read
open the
it.
Bible, open the verse before that one, and read exactly what it says verbatim.
Okay, I will. I'm not.
Can you do it?
I can, yeah, when I get it.
Okay, don't you have a second phone there? Your wife don't have another phone? You can go and Google it.
No, she's not well, so.
So yeah, but her phone is not the one that's sick. You can pick up her phone and use it to Google
I
whilst you're
can't
talking on
touch her phone.
TikTok and
She'll go
find the
crazy.
verse,
I can't use her phone.
the
She'll
verse
go
that says
crazy.
whatever it is you want to say.
She's on
But
TikTok.
but
I
regardless of
can't touch
that,
her phone.
regardless of religion, I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Regardless of religion, you know, the what she actually posted, husbands are not leaders and wives. This topic has nothing to do with religion,
I
right?
agree
So
that
it's
women and men should be equal. That's good.
Yeah,
But some
that's how it
women are
should be.
more equal than men, and some men are more equal than women. You have to find a balance.
Exactly, nobody's disputing that, but this idea that a male is a leader on account of holding a willy between his legs is ludicrous because not all men are wise, not all men are empathetic, not all men have got good communication skills, not all men have are good, upstanding, moral members of the society. Not all men are respectful or should be respected. Not all men help their family to become successful. A leader, if you are a good leader, your wife should be one of the most successful people on the street or in your community or in your village or wherever you come from. If you are a good leader, your wife should be holding success in her hands and showing off in society, because a good leader creates a successful team.
Yes.
But how many wives do we have living in poverty under the minimum living wage? How many wives and children do we have? How many, if we look at some of the most poverty stricken countries and some of the ones that claim to be rich, we have women who are submissive and their husbands are claiming to be leaders, but the women are still going to work. They're providing. So on what account is a husband a leader? It's got nothing to do with the gender, this leadership thing. It's about two people who are grown adults with sense and sensibility coming together to grow together and create a successful lifestyle with them, between themselves and with their kids. And with that, there is no power dynamic. There's no leadership. There's no one person who says, I know all the answers to everything. Unless you are me, of course, because, I am blessed.
You are blessed. How are you blessed?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh,
being blessed with knowledge.
you don't have a husband. You not have a husband.
I don't need one.
You don't want one.
I don't need one.
You don't want one then.
I
No, no,
don't
no.
need one.
Listen. Now it's going back and forth. Chill. You understand the point of need in her.
Need and want is two different things.
It is.
Exactly.
They kind
So
of mingle with each other. You want something or you need something because it's there.
that's
You know,
your
I don't
opinion,
need
brother.
a husband.
every man.
That is your
well,
opinion.
that's not-
That is your opinion. Now here's the thing though. How about be happy for her? How about that? No? Not gonna happen?
Say again?
Okay. So basically, she doesn't need one, right?
No.
So how about respecting her and be happy for her?
Well, yeah, that's her choice, obviously.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you
So why do
go.
you keep on
There you
trying to
go.
say to me you
But
don't
like
want one?
later on in years, when you get like older and older, and then you go, oh, I wish I had someone to share my life with.
Mm.
I'm lonely, and I don't get no cuddles, and I don't watch the same
Yeah,
TV.
but you
We can't
see,
look over each other's eyes and
finding
look and
someone
make
to
you
be
know.
your companion does not necessarily mean they need to be your husband.
Oh no! But like then you're like
Exactly.
living in sin and all that.
No. You said you're not a
Living
Christian.
in
Stop bringing the
sin?
Bible into it.
You
You
don't have
said
to
you're
be.
not a Christian. Either you are a Christian or you are not. You
You
said
don't
you're not a
have to be a
Christian, but this is not
Christian
a
to
Christian
believe
TikTok.
in a
This
I'm a
plan.
Christian.
sea level. This is not a Christian TikTok. We're not a religious TikTok. I
Mm.
don't allow
No,
people to speak on religion on my platform.
Mm.
So this living
Mm.
in sin,
well,
that's
that's
your
what they
own
say, though, isn't it?
worldview. No,
I'm
but
just,
who says it? Who's they?
I'm just the
Mm.
people who say that who don't know.
Christians. So stop bringing it to me because I don't believe in that.
Okay, I
The institution,
apologize.
even if we use this Bible that people like to talk about so much, the institution of marriage is only turned into a certificate that is written by the government because the government wants to control people and how they do marriage and how they
Damn right.
find themselves in that contract. They
We
want it
never
to be
use
put
that.
on paper so they can document it and measure and control people. In the olden days, even in that Bible, marriage was not done according to a piece of paper.
No,
Very different situations in very different parts of the Bible, where sometimes it was just a man taking a woman and they were already married on account of living together. Sometimes it was something was paid. Sometimes it was somebody unalived, a brother unalived, and the wife was left alone. So then she was automatically married to the brother. Blah blah blah. So stop bringing the Bible. This living in sin business, it's all a fallacy. It's a social construct created by religion in order to control people so that they can
Mm.
register under the government and the government can control and see how many people and tell them what to do with their contracts.
Agreed. High five.
So Mimi says us sinners are having so much fun. So much fun, honey. Mimi is so much fun because like I always say, dick is free on the streets. It is not as expensive as coochie.
no, it's not free. We don't just give
You
it
said dick
away.
It's
is free on the
very
streets.
free. It's very free. The
No,
minute I step outside, no matter how I'm dressed, no matter I've got makeup on or I don't have makeup on, the minute I
Oh,
wave at a
that
guy and say hi, he'll come running like, okay, what's up? What's up? What do you do? How can I? If I was so desperate, listen, I have DMs worth of now. There's 700 men in there.
but it
one.
depends where
Some of
you're
them have
living.
been chasing me for the last 3 to 5 years. I can count 10 guys who have been chasing me. I don't need a husband. I'm not
And you've not
desperate.
been caught yet. No one's caught you.
No, they're not worth my time or worth my effort.
They must be ugly.
No, it's never about looks, it's about mindset. See,
Mm.
most of the guys who approach a woman for looks, they don't have the right mindset to be wifed up by me because they're never going to do anything that I need.
What do you need?
I'm not telling you. Why should I tell you, a total stranger, what I need in life?
So where are you in the US or in UK?
I'm in the UK.
Okay.
Are you in the US or the UK?
UK.
And you are married?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately.
yes. He
Why would
just
you
said,
say
unfortunately,
unfortunately?
yes. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair
Why
enough.
would you say
Yeah.
unfortunately?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
You better be joking because you better be grateful you got a wife.
I'm very
Women are a
grateful.
blessing to men every single day.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen my wife. No, she's gorgeous.
That's good.
I'm very blessed, but she's not well, so I have to take care of her.
Well, it is human nature to fall sick sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah.
her fault.
There's also human nature to actually get hit by a bus. You know?
In this day and age, yeah.
Yeah, you never know, you know? You never know when you're gonna go. Yeah, sure.
So, sea level, do you believe that wives should submit then?
Explain what submit means.
You don't know what submission is?
Well, there's many different people have their different views on it. What's yours?
No,
We're
it's
not
not
talking
about
about in the
views.
bedroom. It's not in the bedroom.
It's,
No.
Well, no, no,
yeah.
no, 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 not in the bedroom. Because, like, if you're feeling a bit jiggy, and she's not, then you can't make her. You have to respect the wishes of her, and it's the same as like the other way around. Even though
So I think the host is actually asking you a different kind of questions, meaning that should you actually submit to everything your husband says?
Submission is a form of giving away your autonomy to somebody else's authority. So if you look at the diction for the word itself, submission is giving away your power to somebody else to have power over you. So if a wife is expected and only the wife to be submissive, do you believe that's correct?
no,
Okay. That's good. And why do you believe that?
because you're meant to be equal. That's it. You help each other in all the ways you can, without falling out and arguing over whatever.
Absolutely. Because the minute, for me, let's have a look at what Hitler did. Hitler tried to subjugate the whole of the Jewish people and the whole of Germany and all the other blonde, blue-eyed countries. He tried to get them all to say yes to everything he said about his policies and his dictatorship. And what did that create? It created a lot of pushback. It created a big war. Submission, if you make somebody submit to you, whether you have forced them or you have coerced them, in my own opinion, there is not one person who will give into submission without some level of being manipulated to get there.
But that's happening now.
It just doesn't make sense to me that somebody would give away all of their rights so that somebody can have power over them on account of being married, and that person who's being given the power has done nothing, unless I've turned into a vegetable through an accident or something and I'm incapable of doing anything. Then I'll be like, yeah, everything, yeah, whatever you want, yeah. Because what else am I capable of doing? Maybe I've lost my voice, maybe I've become paralyzed or whatever. Then yeah. But when I'm still thinking, when I still have goals, dreams, and ideas, when I can still see faults in other people's ideas, when I can still communicate, I don't see a reason why anybody should ever give away their voice to somebody else having control over everything they will decide in that relationship. And I have seen it play out so many times in women or husbands who believe that they should be leaders and wives should be submissive. When they get divorced, the women who come out of that relationship will always come out saying some of these sentences: I'm taking my power back, I'm getting my voice back, I'm getting my glow back. All of the things that they missed out on when they were giving away their power, they start now reclaiming it because they had a right to those things, and being submissive meant they lost those rights.
I have to go because my wife is calling me. She's demanding
Thank you
me.
so much, Sea
I have to
Level.
go and make her coffee.
Just bro.
Tell her good luck and get well soon.
Okay, thank you for letting me up. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a good night. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, that's why they start calling us things like picky and prudes because we don't. Naked Weapon said we don't just say yes to the first person who says hi to us. Absolutely, yeah, and trying to make us feel obligated to let them have their way to try and make us feel guilty. Exactly. Yeah, under the thumb. I actually once saw somebody on their TikTok live say, "Oh, when women come from African countries and they start living in diaspora." And their husband starts finding out that he can't keep her under the thumb anymore. And I'm like, that's the problem right there. You've already mentioned the problem. The problem is the man trying to control a grown adult and keep her in a place that serves him. You've already said it. Under the thumb and husband and wife should never be in the same sentence. This is not a soccer team. This is not a rugby team. This is not the army. Even in a business, you couldn't try and keep people under the thumb. You can encourage them so that they can be productive and be motivated to work for you, but you couldn't keep them under the thumb. But funnily
Well,
enough, a lot of people, when they get married, they want to keep their wives under the thumb.
well, if you talk about diaspora, by the way, we're talking about like we go to different parts of the world. Yeah, sure. But we learn from the culture as well, right?
Mhm.
Correct? Okay. So if you are still holding on to that things which is oppressing you, it's not the culture. The things that oppress you. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. It's basically why the hell did you actually move to another country?
Yeah,
There must be a reason, right?
exactly.
Hmm,
Yeah.
exactly. So there must be good things you actually move forward to. Holding on to your culture, absolutely. Absolutely, I agree with that. But
Mhm.
it's not to actually get held out by this kind of bullshit. But yeah, that's my point of view. Yeah.
Absolutely, because once
Hmm,
you move country, they
hmm,
say the in my language they say the son of a king is only lord in his own country. You cannot take your traditions and cultures and rules, especially rules and regulations, and try and go to somebody else's country and start doing those things and expect it to be
hmm,
acceptable,
hmm,
especially when their rules go against those things you're trying to carry on doing.
hmm, hmm,
So I've had to educate a whole lot of guys on these nasty African male panels that
hmm,
if you come to this country and you coerce your wife to do things she doesn't want to do, you will be facing the legal
hmm,
proceedings if you're not careful. If she
hmm,
opens up her eyes and realizes that you are abusing her
hmm,
and taking away her rights, you are putting yourself in a position of getting prosecuted. If you sleep with your wife when she says no and you coerce her into doing it, you again, it's great. In this
hmm.
country,
Good
they're not
luck.
gonna put up with it and say she's your wife. You will end up because they will complain and
Yeah.
say, "Oh, soon as we come to this country, just one thing, and my wife is calling the police." Yes, because
Hmm,
she's got rights over here. If you put your hands on your wife and you live in the UK, the police will be called because it is violence against another
hmm,
person. It's unacceptable.
hmm,
It is not something
hmm,
that is acceptable by law in this country. You will
hmm,
get arrested. But they will always blame the wife. Oh, but in my country, she was very submissive. I was a proper husband. I was able to do just a little bit of cheating. She's already complaining. A little bit. I can't even put my wife under the thumb. When they say under the thumb, they're talking about being able to put their hands on their wife
hmm.
and tell her off through hands rather than treating her like a human being. And if you're not happy about something, talk to me at a level like you're talking to an adult. And if I can fix it, I can fix it. But if I think that it's not my job, then fuck it, forget it. We are in England now. I'm no longer in Nigeria. You're not going to control me. And some of
You
them will
see,
listen. Some of them will listen.
the same thing happens with the people from India as well, right?
Hmm.
So they go to a different country thinking they can actually control the situation, right? Okay, I'm being honest. I'm an Indian, right?
Mhm.
But this is what they do, and they think they can control it, but there is laws, and when they get prosecuted by the laws, they basically shit themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is.
It is what it is, but people need to wisen up and to become
Mm,
better.
mm.
I'm sorry. It was by mistake.
That's all right, darling. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Have a good night.
No problem. Yeah, and you as well. Good night.
Oh, that was fast.
It's yeah. Some people like for some reason there is. I think there is a little bit of a glitch on TikTok because it happens to me as well because I use my other phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it will send a request, and I'm like, I didn't do that, but for some reason it will.
Mm,
Naked Weapon said it is a very real issue. Yeah. If you've ever seen the movie or read the book, Not Without My Daughter, that speaks on this topic, right? I'll have to watch it. Let me write it. Not Without My Daughter. Let me write it down. I like watching movies like on a weekend as a single person with no husband.
mm, mm.
With my free will, I use it to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and most of it is watching TV, laying across the sofa and not giving a shit about doing anything. Oh, it's liberating. It's
Spending, yeah.
liberating. Yeah. Anyway, today I think I will finish a little bit earlier because this cold is really hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
This cold is absolutely hurting me. It's taking me to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you have anything else to add, Carlos?
No, no. And by the way, thanks for having me, babe. Thanks for having me.
You know you are always welcome.
I'll do
You
that.
know that.
Yeah.
You are always welcome. Naked Weapon said, not having to answer dumb questions or cook for an ungrateful person. Exactly. Exactly. And the worst one, the last guy I tried to date. Sorry, pardon me. I've been chewing gum this whole time to try and abate the itchiness from my cold. The last guy I tried to date, the level of snoring. It was like a tractor in my bedroom, just like constant. And you know, some people when they snore, you can nudge them and then they roll over and they stop. He didn't stop, and the only few times he would stop, it would turn into. I'm like, for fuck's sake, is this what people get
Mm,
into relationships for? Just so that they can't sleep? Because I am not
mm,
lying. I cannot sleep when somebody is snoring next to me. I can't
mm,
do it. I can't. I'd rather be single. I would rather be single. If every single person I meet is a snorer, then fine. Keep your snoring to yourself because my sleep is so important. The reason why the skin is like this and I don't put makeup on it and it's so nice is because I sleep a lot and I drink a lot of water.
mm,
Now,
mm,
imagine if I was in a relationship, I'd be full of spots because I'd be stressed from lack of sleep.
mm,
I'd be so tired from lack of sleep. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it to myself. And the guy had the audacity to turn around to me and say, I'm not ready for a relationship. I think you're catching feelings. I was like, huh? Who said I'm ready for a relationship with you? With all this
mm,
going on? There were other problems. I'm not even, because it's embarrassing. Us women, we love picking up cockroaches and just running with it and hoping they'll turn into butterflies. Honestly, there were other problems. There were other things. Personally, with the personal hygiene,
yes.
that was just like, no, I could never wife up a guy like this. I can have a little bit of fun whilst I'm at it, but I'm not gonna. I used to fall asleep at 5 in the morning because of the tractorness of the snoring.
Mm,
And then he would leave and go to work. And this is only just at the weekend, one day at the weekend. He would wake up and leave and go to work. I would never hear him waking up to go to because I'll be extremely tired from lack of sleep. I'd rather be single.
Wait, did you actually say like picking up cockroaches and actually waiting for it to turn into butterflies?
Yeah, we do. Women do. They do.
I can't. That's a very beautiful way of putting it.
But women do. They'll just be like, my man, my man, my man. And then you look at the men and you are like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Ah, gotcha.
Are you sure that's a man? Are you sure
Gotcha.
that's not your next project? Your next
Mm,
DIY? Your next fix it up, Felix? Bob the Builder. Is it you again?
mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Naked Weapon said, I hope you feel better soon. I hope so too. Thank you so much. And Naked said that the bullshit didn't even stop when he was asleep. Exactly, it didn't. Mimi says, I cannot stand the snoring, man. And Naked says, the only time I get eye bags is when I'm in a relationship. Do you know? The only times when I'm extremely unhealthy is when I'm in a relationship. When I'm on my own, I'm so happy and so healthy. It's shocking. There was one person that I've ever dated who made me feel like I could spend a long time with this person and be able to tolerate shit. And that's the father of my kids. And I don't know if anybody will ever be able to measure up, because even after we've broken up, he's still managing to surpass anybody I'm trying to date. Yeah. But anyway, let me get to bed early today. Nest this. That literally resonated with me so much. I hope I didn't trigger you or re-traumatize you. But let me get to bed and nest this code so I can wake up early and take the kids to school. And hopefully I can be a good homemaker. Hopefully I'll be able to shower tomorrow, because a man came up on here and told me that I didn't shower. And hopefully I'll be able to put food on the table, because he told me I didn't put food on the table. Hopefully I'll be able to do some work tomorrow, because he told me I don't work, I don't do anything. So, we'll see. Only God will tell if tomorrow will be a good day.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you
Good
for
night,
having me
guys.
and cheers.
Yeah, good night, Carlos. Thank you for coming back.
Night
And
night.
thank you guys in the comments. Thank you, ladies.
Bye
Thank you for
bye.
everybody watching and for the gifts as well. Thank you for all the comments. And thank you for all the disgusting comments as well. They really do help with the algorithm. And all of the haters, absolutely love you. Take care, guys. Look after each other. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.